We're going to be talking about Mercury going direct into Virgo. And the theme for this is going to be getting your mind back on track. So, first thing first, with Mercury going direct back into Virgo, we're currently on the cusp, so we have this natural blend between the Virgo qualities and the Leo qualities, with Mercury currently sitting at 0 degrees. So when it comes to when Mercury was in retrograde, when it regressed back into Leo, this put us in a space where we had to set the stage for whatever ideas was on our mind, so we can be able to receive some form of attention from those ideas and things of those natures. So with Mercury getting ready to, progress back into Virgo, these are this is going to be putting us in a space where we're going to start to fully go for those ideas right now. So this is going to be determining what did you have your mind on, what was your mind state, what was your mental state, was you focused on the right things, was you paying attention to the right things, was you adjusting and separating and attaching to the right people, places, and things, was you engaging into the right conversations, was you engaging into the right dialogues and things of those natures. And if you was catering towards those energies, if you was making the right decisions, then once Mercury fully get into that 3 degrees mark of entering Virgo, then you're gonna start to see all these opportunities in this Stargate open for you to start to go for these and make those decisions and see the actual outcomes and be able to reap the fruits of your labor and things of those natures. So that's how Mercury in Virgo is going to be helping us getting our mind back on track. So if you wasn't lost into all the distractions and all the false narratives and these worldly events that was getting people lost and getting people lost into the sauce and things of those natures, then you really ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you wasn't really understanding these energies, if you was lost into your own self-serving energies, narcissistic, egotistical energies, and things of those natures, then you may have been planting bad seeds. So once Mercury goes direct, you may be in a space where you're going to be extremely worried, extremely stressed about these things, extremely feeling incapable and incapable when it comes to you being able to get on your 1-2 and things of those natures. That's if you've been planting bad seeds and if you're on the negative side of the spectrum. But if you're more on the positive side of the spectrum, then you're going to be seeing these windows and these stargates and these portals open for you so you can fully go for making those decisions and being able to actually see the results of the things that was on your mind when it comes to the type of seeds and the types of ideas and the types of conversations that you was having with yourself and other individuals and things of those natures. So as long as you've been making right networks, engaging to the right conversations, communicating with the right individuals, and not participating within a lower octave form of this Mercury energy, gossip, rumors, talking about people, things of those natures, then you won't have to worry about this actually impacting or putting a blemish on who you are in your light and things of those natures. So right now, this is going to be us having this mental clarity. We're all going to be having some form of mental clarity going on right now, where we're all going to be clear when it comes to our thought process. So we all should be clear and precise when it comes to our thought processes and the decisions that we're getting ready to make for future purposes. So this is going to be like the pivotal point for all of us when it comes to the things that we need to be paying attention to, the things that we need to be focusing our mind on, the people, places, and things that we need to be communicating with, and the type of people, places, and things that we need to be making deals with, shaking hands with, and things of those natures. Right now, if you've been planting the right seeds and you already been through the process of seeing what works and what doesn't work, when going through these circumstances and situations, this is going to be the universe letting you know that it's a go right now. It's time for you to actually start to act on these things. It's time for you to start to present yourself in this manner, present yourself in this new way, and things of those natures, because it's also going to be getting ready to conjunct the sun as well, because the sun is still in Virgo. So this is going to be our actions and our viewpoints that's going to be getting influenced and impacted as well. So when it comes to our actions and our viewpoints getting influenced and impacted by these energies, this is also going to be, making us look more into the details and be able to actually carve out and sketch out the right way of actually being able to correspond and being able to, see the things that we need to work on and the things that we need to tweak at the end of those natures. But if you kind of like on the lower octave negative side of this energy spectrum, then this is going to be putting you in a space where, the universe and God is always going to give us grace and things of those natures. So it's not always an end all, nothing's gonna work, nothing like putting ourselves in those types of depressing spirits. It doesn't, we don't really have to, because we're always gonna get grace at the end of the day whenever it comes to the things, that we're trying to work on, and what we're trying to construct, and what we're trying to substantiate for ourselves. But if you're more on the lower octave side and negative side of the current in the spectrum, you don't have to kind of worry too much, because it's always going to be, putting us in the space where we can always play catch up and things of those natures. But if you are in the space of playing catch up, then this is going to be a great time. This is going to be a real, productive time to making sure that you're getting things in order, making sure that you got things on task, making sure that you're actually, looking into the details of these things, making sure that you're actually, structuring or worrying about these things, so you can start to put in a small percentage level of actually working on the things that you need to work on in order to see the full maximum outcome of the circumstances situation, without having to worry or playing our energies of feeling incapable and things of those natures. So that's if you're more on the lower or negative side of the spectrum. But it's always good to have some form of equilibrium, so you won't get lost into either or. Because if you got equilibrium, you can kind of look at your circumstance and situation and see where things can be perfected, see where things can be worked on, see where things can be tweaked and things of those natures. And then you can look on the other side and see where you have been putting the work in, see where you have been, actually, being a little bit more profitable when it comes to you going about that energy and things of those natures. So, don't let your mind get the best of you at this time. Don't let your mind put you in the space where you start to feel incapable about your actual actions and your viewpoints and the things that you're trying to act on in the way that you are expressing yourself. And then this thing, that you don't have this courage, you don't have the internal courage, you don't have the motivation to express yourself anymore. You start to doubt yourself, and you start to cater more towards insecurities, and then you be in that space for a long period of time, in that space germinating thoughts and feelings, and letting that be the way that you water your seeds with the low vibrational space, insecure space that you may be into, that we all may be experiencing during this time. And we let those seeds germinate. We let those seeds get the best of us. We let those seeds kind of, become something greater, become a responsibility that didn't have to become a responsibility, become something that we had to worry about that we didn't really have to worry about. So it's all about transmuting at the end of the day. So we got to make sure that we're transmuting these energies and transmuting the negative, and taking the negative and seeing where these things can be adjusted, seeing where these things can be, we can start to take those actions to kind of fix these things, to kind of work on these things and separate from the negative qualities of what we are actually experiencing. Because we're all going to be experiencing some form of negativity. We're all going to be experiencing some tower moment right now. And, understanding those energy and understanding that, ain't nothing going to be all peachy sweet at the end of the day. As long as you're understanding these energies, you got your chest up, you got your neck up, and you're going through the current. You're enduring. That's what God and goddesses like to see from individuals in this world. They don't like to see a weak spirit. Once they run into an obstacle, they start to run away. They want to see how you're actually going to be able to present yourself, how you're going to be able to fix these energies, male or female. Both share these qualities and things of those natures. But God give a little bit more grace to the females out there. So if you're a man especially, it's going to be a time for you to start to actually present yourself, even if things are falling apart, because we're all going through some form of tower moment, especially when it comes to things that's going on with society and things that just may be going on within our day-to-day lives, things of those natures. We're all going to be going through some form of a little small tower moment, but we can't let these energies put us in a space where we're stressing or we're overthinking or we're worrying too much about the negative, because the more percentage level, the more thoughts and feelings that we add into that container, that's going to become something that actually become a build up. That's going to become something that actually become a builder and become something that pour into our lives. And now all that we're receiving is negativity, because we was given so much of our thoughts and feelings to the negative outcomes and the negative scenarios in our lives. We didn't see the positive out of anything. So we got to make sure that we're not giving too much of percentage of the negative things in our lives, and making sure that we're still being able to cherry pick between the negative and the positive, and not letting the negative dictate us as much dictate our internal decision making and our external decision making. Things of those natures. Somebody must be talking about me. Something I'm gonna be talking about, you know, something I'm gonna be talking about. At least springtime, not springtime, but fall getting ready to come around. So all those falling energy, you know what I'm saying? Trees, leaves falling, everything. But yeah, we can't let these energies get the best of us during this time. We can't let those negative energies and those negative qualities coming from other transits and other planets and other shifts that's going on in the sky kind of make us down ourselves, kind of make us look at ourselves as incapable, because we have all the tools that we need, and God isn't going to give us nothing that we're not capable of. God isn't going to give us nothing that we can't handle at the end of the day. So always keep that in mind when it comes to, you know, you just participating with the world. You're just participating and trying to get on your 1-2 and things of those natures. But that's how Mercury is going to be helping us right now. Mercury is going to be kind of making our mind fixate more on the things that we need to be thinking about, that can kind of help us when it comes to the way that we've been going about our day-to-day routines and patterns. So if we have been lost into distractions right now, this is going to be showing us that, you know, we need to kind of separate from those distractions and separate from those energies, so we can start to plant more seeds into the energies that deals with us being able to get on our 1-2 and stay consistent and things of those natures, and things that deals with our health and things that deals with our mental health as well. So our mental health got to be there first, because wherever the mind go, the body follow. So if our mental health isn't there, and we're still paying attention to the negative things, the negative qualities, negativity, lower octave energies, then you better believe those are going to be types of circumstances and situations that you're going to be manifesting in your life. So you got to make sure that you're not paying attention and eating the wrong things, because it always trickle back down to the things that you are eating. What are you eating spiritually? Because your spirit eat thoughts and feelings. Your spirit eat mentalities. And what are mentalities? A collection of thoughts and feelings. And these things derive from whatever spiritual space that you're in. So we have things like things on the internet, like, you know, we have like social media that we pay attention to all day, that put our mind on the wrong things. So we start to eat those things. So now we get, whenever we get hungry, that's the only food that we know. And, you know, we want to go out to these buffets, we want to go to McDonald's and things of those natures. So we may actually start to participate with these energies in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension, not knowing what we actually getting ourselves into. So it's all about doing what you're eating spiritually. Because if you're eating bullshit spiritually, then that's going to be the type of results and the type of outcomes and circumstances that you're going to be producing. Because what goes in got to come out in some way, shape, or form. So always keep that in mind when it comes to, you know, making sure that you're paying attention to the right things, making sure that you're paying attention to things that deal with productivity, and making sure that you're paying attention to things that deal with, you know, you being able to get on your 1-2, because that's going to be the type of energies that we need to substantiate ourselves into, especially with all these earth energies being in the sky. And we're also experiencing the grand earth trine in the sky as well. That's going to be, we're going to have this, you know, we're going to be extra aware and have this gift to be extra aware to these earth qualities that's playing out in the sky. And this is going to be helping us come up with better ideas or new ways to be able to gain that comfortability within these areas of lives, whatever you have that earth area life into. So those are going to be energies that we're going to be paying attention to as well. But yeah, I thought this was going to be a longer video for real. I thought it was really going to be longer than what it actually is, but I guess it's not now. You know, I guess it's really all the energies that we are experiencing. You know, Mercury going direct into Virgo. So this is going to be the general consensus of this video, getting your mind back on track. So we're all going to be getting our mind back on track. But yeah, it's been Hoopla 360. Hope I enjoyed the video. Peace.